But the thing is, if you've been saved and sanctification is at work in your life, sin is not going to be the daily business of your life. You're not going to stay there and stay there and stay there and stay there and be happy and be satisfied and content. If you're living in sin, you won't want to get out of it. You're not going to want to stay. If we're happy living like the world, something is very, very wrong. Because you're dead to sin if you've come to Christ. How can we continue to sin if we're dead with Christ? That's the question here. Y'all remember old Zacchaeus, don't you? Y'all remember him. You've probably known about him since your early days in Sunday school. The wee little man. The wee little man was he? Well, yeah, he was a little man, a low stature. He was a short man. He was a publican. He was a rich man. And he had gotten riches by ill-gotten gain. Very dishonest man, a sinful man, especially preying on other people to get rich. That's who he was. But you know what this man Zacchaeus did? This man Zacchaeus had a need in his life. He knew he wasn't right. He knew he had done wrong. And he heard about this man from Galilee that was doing miracles. And yes, he was doing miracles and healing people and teaching and all those things. But it wasn't the physical body that old Zacchaeus was concerned with. As far as we know, he was a very healthy man. He was rich. He had it all. So he wasn't seeking Jesus out to be healed of anything like so many did. But he sought Jesus out because of the need in his heart. And he climbed that sycamore tree just so he could get a peek at this man Jesus, because he had a need in his life. And Jesus knew he had that need. He said, Zacchaeus, come down out of that tree. You know, I'm going to your house. And we're going to talk. And that's what he did. He went to Zacchaeus' house, and a lot of people had problems with that. They said, how can Jesus go to a man's house who was a sinner? Zacchaeus was well known as a sinner. Zacchaeus came out of that house, and he said, after talking to Jesus, half my goods I give to the poor, he said. And if I've taken anything from any man by false accusation, which he knew he had, I'm going to give him and return unto him fourfold, which is what the law told him to do. And you know what Jesus said? Today, salvation has come to this house. He met the needs of Zacchaeus' heart. And what took place in Zacchaeus' life? Other than sanctification. Zacchaeus didn't continue to defraud people to get rich. No, sir. He returned that money and said, I want to be right with God. I've spoken with Jesus. I've been with Jesus. I've received him, and he's changed my life. And that's what the gospel does. Justification to sanctification. That's what it does. He's alive unto God now, you see. He's walking in newness of life, like verse 4 says. It says that like as Christ was raised up from the dead by the glory of the Father, even so we also should walk in newness of life.